Hey guys, I'm here back with another math video. Today we're just going to be taking a break with a relatively simple geometry problem because I know school is starting for a lot of you. So let's just chill a bit and try to solve the problem. Pause the video if you need to. Alright. So for those of you that read the problem and tried to draw a diagram on your own piece of paper, you probably realized that this is a trapezoid because A, B, and C, D are parallel. Line A, B, and C are parallel, so of course it's a trapezoid. However, you may have had doubts in drawing the angles. Now, the major principle, as you might be able to tell from the title, that this video is trying to portray is that because this is from AHSME, so it's a math competition. A major strategy you want to pursue when you're taking a timed math test is try not to actually, for instance, we don't know angle D and angle B, we just know that angle D is twice that of angle B, so you guys might have subbed in some algebraic values for those things. A major strategy you want to try during a competition is just to assume what those angles are and actually plug in values for those angles. And the reason for that is because in this problem, the only thing it says is that angle D is twice that of angle B, and that the measure of AB is equal to. So as long as they have this property, as long as they have this property that angle D is twice that of angle B, then there must be a fixed value because there's only one choice. Okay, there's only one choice. You can only choose one. So no matter what angle D and angle B are, the measure of AB must be equal to some in terms of A and B, the same thing for any angles, any trapezoids that share that angle property. And because of this, we know there's only one choice, one possible answer, no matter what trapezoids, no matter what the angle D or angle B are, as long as they fit that property, we can actually sub in our own values. So let's just try that. To make this simple, we don't want any like obscure values to plug in, like 47 degrees. We want just good old values that we know and love. So when I think of I like the angle, I like 60 degrees, right? I don't like 30 degrees, but I don't think that really fits in here because it seems that ADC angle D has to be obtuse, so I don't think 60 will work. So it has to be 90 or greater. And I'm trying to think maybe 120 and 60, but the really solid one I want to go with that I chose when I solved this problem is just 90 degrees, because I think half of 90 is 45, and that makes for a pretty solid trapezoid that we can easily figure out. So let's just try that. Okay, now let's label this. Make sure you have the angles correct. So C, D, C, and then of course A is opposite C, so A, B. We know if we plug in the value of 90 for this is going to be 45. And of course CD is B and AD is A. So notice that our diagram now looks completely different from the diagram they gave us. I feel like the diagram they gave us was purposely misleading. Just know that in real tight situations in a competitive environment, you don't want to actually plug in variables for angle D and angle B. You just want to plug in your own values and try to take it from there, because the answer is only going to be one answer. That's the major thing to take away from here. So now that we have this, let's put AB in terms of line AB in terms of A and B. So let's just draw a line there. Of course, this is going to be a rectangle, so this will be B, and this will be A. Of course, this is 45 degrees. This is going to be a right angle, 45 degrees, and it's 45. It's an isosceles right triangle. So this is, of course, these two sides are going to be the same. So this is just going to be A, and I think we solved it. Line AB seems to be A plus B. And we know this has to be true because as long as angle D is twice that of angle B, which it is, there is only one possible answer for what the measure of line AB is in terms of A and B. And since it's A plus B in this case, it has to be E. And I really hope you learned that in a competitive environment you should plug in values instead of actually trying to bash it out with variables. That's a good strategy. I hope you took away from this video, and well, I'll see you next week. Hey guys, I'm here back with another math video. Today we're going to be proving the Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. And if you don't know what it is, it's right here. If you write it out algebraically, because I know this notation can be confusing, this is what it looks like. a1 squared plus a2